today's show, we're getting a lesson about the standardbred shoe. As a matter of fact, later on, we've got horsemen telling us about 4 types of popular harness racing footwear. But in the meantime, I thought we should get some basic information on the horse's hoof and horseshoe history. So first, we're going to find an expert to give us some foot facts. I've got Joey White with me, and he is going to give us some basics about the foot. And look we have a foot right here. We just want to say, no horses were harmed in the making of this feature. So first of all, Joey, tell me about the hoof itself, the outside part.
This here is your outer wall here. This is kind of like your fingernails in a sort, and it grows down and it has to be trimmed regularly.
It sounds like it's made of the same protein as like our hair and our nails, like a horse's hoof is. It's constantly growing.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, so you have to constantly take care of it, just like you take care of your hair and your nails and everything. So, and then we
Except you don't have to have shampoo.
That's right, that's right. Now we point out, like right here, I'm going to say this is the coronary band,
Coronary
right?
band, yes ma'am.
Okay.
That's where the foot starts at.
Okay, kind of like the cuticle of our fingernail. So, all right, let's look at the bottom of the foot then.
There's the bottom.
All right, very cool. Now, what do we have here?
This here's the frog.
Okay.
This here's the shock absorber of the foot. When it hits the ground, it takes most of the shock around and transfer the blood flow all the way around the foot there.
It kind of comes down to like a V. I just want to show everybody. Yeah, it comes right down. So, and when it hits the ground, there's also a lot of blood circulation going to the foot. So it has, it's a very useful part. The frog is. And what else?
This here's your sole. It protects your coffin bone, which is in the bottom of your foot that runs right around there. See that right there? It's about a ½ inch there that protects this bone here when it hits the ground.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's all these bones that go down to the hoof, and the sole is protecting it.
Protecting the whole foot, yes ma'am.
So it has a big job too.
And here's your white line. This is where your nails go in on this side of the white line. If you get them over in here, like if you cut your fingernail too short on your finger, if you get over in here with a nail, they're going to get quicked and go lame, and their feet are going to get sore. So you want to stay on the outside of here when you're putting the nails in the foot there.
Okay. That's why you should always call a professional when you need your horses shod. Don't be trying to do it yourself. You don't want to end up with a horse that has a very ouchy foot because you've made a mistake. So, all right, well, thank you very much. Now, I bet you were wondering, who invented the first horseshoe? Well, that's a really good question. Let me start by saying that for many years, horsemen have known that they needed to keep their horses' feet protected if they planned on maximizing all the horse has to offer. So we've come to find out that early Asian horsemen used horse booties made from leather and plants. During the 1st century, the Romans made leather and metal shoes called hippo sandals. No, they weren't made for a hippopotamus. The word hippo just happens to be the Greek word for horse. Finally, by the time the 6th and 7th centuries rolled around, horsemen began nailing metal shoes to horses' hooves. And around 1000 AD, cast bronze horseshoes with nail holes had become popular in Europe. Then, the 13th and 14th centuries brought the widespread manufacturing of iron horseshoes. Hot shoeing, the process of heating the horseshoe before shoeing the horse, which is what we do today, became common in the 16th century. And finally, when referring to someone who shoes horses, some people say blacksmith and some say farrier. What do you prefer to be called? A farrier or a blacksmith?
I like blacksmith. I'm old school.
Okay. Now, do you know the difference between a blacksmith and a farrier?
Farrier works on feet, and a blacksmith back in the old days, they made wheels and everything. They made everything.
Okay, wow. How about you? Mr. Teacher today on the show. Very good. All right, well, thank you, Joey, very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.